noisy and crowded city. It is often difficult for people to associate it with the quiet nature. But where we are about to go is an exception. I am Dongjing. Welcome to the Frankfurt Zoo series of Wonderland of Creatures. I will take you to explore the century-old zoo in an immersive and magical place. In the actual long video in the future, I will take you to visit old friends and get to know each other. New faces, from the underwater world to the vast sky, from the birth of the sun to. At midnight, their lives are more exciting than you could imagine. I will show you everything about the year in the next video. Now please bring your curiosity. Let's set off immediately. Hello everyone, my name is Dongjing. In the last episode, we came to the largest nightclub in Europe. Gitsmek House. In this venue where day and night are reversed, we meet the oriental cubs that are extinct on the Australian continent, like geckos. The treetop sculptures flying over the walls and the tree porcupine with its big fleshy nose. We also visited a cave with more than 600 bats. We are introducing. There are active aardvarks and jumping vomits on the ground, and there are also a group of elves in the trees. Is watching us. They are the jungle baby Senegalese monkeys except in the trees. Sometimes they will jump down and observe the tourists, looking into his eyes. Is the red reflective? This is the fusion layer of the demon queen. With him. Only in this way can we accept more light in the dark night. The big characters who appear in this episode. All nocturnal animals with eyes have this configuration. It's just that the reflective colors of different species are different. I don't know how big their eyes are. Their necks and big ears are very flexible. Can react to weak sounds in the air at any time. Super strong. Three-dimensional mobility allows them to be widely distributed in the forest lands of various countries in East Africa. Baby monkeys living in groups are fans of group therapy, so their vocal behaviors are also diverse. And because the beep warning of an intruder is shouting to the child, plus the baby face that fools everyone. Hence the name Bush Baby. It means a baby in the jungle. But they just grow smaller first. They have lived here for 9 years. They are all middle-aged and elderly monkeys. Come now, follow them to the other side. As mentioned in the previous episode, this is the largest exhibition area in the entire exhibition because the left and right sides. The areas are connected, mainly to provide activity space for Tutin. Then I caught up with the cleaning. After all, people's welfare still comes first. For animals, it is impossible to let the keepers come over in the middle of the night when the lights are on. Cleaning this time is mainly to clean the water basin. This kind of cleaning is also normal. Hard to see. Because the three animals here all live in relatively arid environments. They usually get water through food, but they cannot be challenged in captivity. Limit, so just put a basin of water and let them choose. The cleaning cycle is. It takes a long time. After collecting the water, rinse the floor again, but it doesn't work. I'm not very good at cleaning glass. After all, it's too dark here. I can't even wipe it. I can't see clearly, so I usually just clean it up like this. It's far less detailed than other venues, so when we shot, I often have to find angles to avoid dirty marks. This is simply due to lack of light. The second blow after that. Okay. Take it back. Turn off the lights again. Back to the hawks and monkeys. Their story is not over yet. In the past, the Sudanese people of East Africa once thought they were just ordinary monkeys. They grew up like this just because they were addicted to sleeping. They said they slept during the day. When I was young, I could only hug the tree trunk tightly and not run away, so I could catch one after them. This may be true for sky-loving eagle monkeys, but living in the wild, it is definitely. You can't just rely on being cute. These dolls, Uncle Lay, still have some strength on the body. Their small bodies are equipped with a pair of spring-like thighs. Muscles account for about a quarter of their body weight, which allows them to jump more than 2 meters high under extreme conditions. The fingers and palms also have special pads that allow them to grip firmly. The branches flew safely through the tall shrubs all night long, but it was difficult. The imagination is that of all the species that have appeared in the past, it is the closest to the eagle. It turned out to be the gray loris that the superior had appeared before. This piece of fish is actually a slow loris. It's just that over millions of years, the differences in their lifestyles have continued to grow. As a result, the commonalities between the two gradually diminish, causing them to become more and more. It's not like a kind of animal, and this is the power of evolution, right? Leaving the dry areas of East Africa, we next head to the darker depths of the jungle. If you are still watching the Barrage collection, let us light up the screen. Across the Mozambique Channel lies a mysterious island. Madagascar, this closed island, has given birth to a unique ecosystem, and the next animal that appears is this island. One of the masterpieces. Did you see the little mouse running out there? That's what we're going to talk about. This little guy. Do you think it's a rat or a monkey? If you think it's hard to choose, that's right. After all, there have been so many species that don't behave according to common sense. Now come over for dinner and let's get to know it better. This gnawing fruit is one of the smallest primates in the world, the gray mouse lemur. Yes, it is a monkey. Even though it is only as big as your palm, it is already. The copper rat is the largest among more than 20 species. After the end of the dinosaur age, the jungle space of Falkland Island became vacant. However, there are very few native rodent species in the area, so more than 50 million years ago, rats. The ancient ancestor of the lemur decided to go the mouse's way, making it impossible for the mouse to go, taking over the place of the arboreal rodent in every respect. To achieve this little miracle of nature, they don't just eat fruits. Nectar and gum-eating insects are important pollinators in forests. In the zoo, they can also clean up the leftovers from the large species that live together. Fruits and vegetables, and in the wild they also support many carnivores. The fruit was scared to death when I heard it would be eaten, but even though carnivores can take a bite, but their fertility rate is the same as that of rats. High as long as the habitat remains, their population will be stable except fruit planted on trees, they'll also find in hanging wet pots. Crushed fruits and vegetables are bugs, but this setting is not just for the dining table. Now the breeder will show you its other uses. The breeder needs to come in and check him. You see, this is a thermometer. I want to take his temperature. But he's still a little afraid of little guys like this and wants to catch them. Checking is almost impossible, so after long interactive training, the mouse lemurs will gradually attract keepers and TV stations when they want to do. Just use some food to lure them over during the inspection. Finished and ran away again. In such a big space, can we really only keep mouse lemurs? Land prices in Frankfurt are not that cheap yet, and then the nightclub. The real protagonist is about to appear. This is the only zoo in the entire European continent that keeps them. We may also be the first on the entire site to explain their original videos in detail. If you don't have 3 consecutive rounds, you can order them now. This man has a very long title. Please listen carefully. He is a creature living in legend. The treasure of Desmex Museum, the national animal of Madagascar, the second part of the Franconian beast. Aye. This is a male monkey born here in 11 years. This is a Capricorn. He is usually elusive and the least visible. What most tourists can see is this female monkey who lives next door. Vinny was born in the United States where he was a child and is a Sagittarius. Isn't it a good match? Subsequent titles were not all obtained by relying on scarce numbers. It's because they are so special. First of all, as a lemur, it does not look like any of its relatives. The overall appearance. Unique, although their large eyesight may make them look less intelligent. But they have one of the largest and most complex brains of any genus. The big eyeglasses are just to leave space for the huge door ruler. The Mickey-like big ears have pleats similar to Fresnel lenses. It can gather sounds and enhance hearing. Look at the tail. It's exaggeratedly long. A single tail hair can even reach 23 cm. It's obviously a lemur, but it sleeps with its tail covering its head like a squirrel. Their most famous feature is their slender middle finger. Yes, it's that finger that seems to be withered. It's not just them. The chopsticks used for eating are even more pervasive. This one is as long as 8 centimeter-sized fingers. Scratching the back is like no one's land. Picking ears is simple. It feels so good. I pick my ass, and I take care of every aspect. Picking your nose exceeds the limit of nucleic acid, yes. They dig their nostrils very deeply, even reaching their throats, but the cause of the behavior is not yet known. It could be due to stress or boring. Maybe it just tastes salty. Now the breeder gave it a black flower fruit, which may not be quite tasty enough for it. It doesn't seem to want to eat. These uses are all extensions of this finger. Skills and classic uses to use it as tableware for eating. But this kind of behavior was really hard to witness until I came 20. One afternoon after many times, not a single tourist noticed this place. Legendary animal behavior is taking place. Now Winnie is digging his specialized fingers into the sticks, groping for the berry. The moth larvae that go in, if the depth is not deep enough, they will still use your teeth to break open the wood and dig while eating. This eating experience fully reflects the usage of their 2 specialized forms. Apart from large-scale documentaries, this is also the first time I have witnessed this legend. The behavior in it is to use it as chopsticks and also as a spoon. Because lemurs also have bird eggs in their kit, the zoo sometimes feeds them eggs and lets them find ways to open them on their own. And then you can also witness how quickly they use this finger. It goes in and out to bring the egg liquid to the mouth, but it is not easy for eggs. Fixed, they always eat with their heads down on the ground. It's hard to capture details. I mentioned at the beginning that they are difficult to see, so why do we seem to be filming? There are quite a few. This starts with the male monkey Kimala. In 21 years. During the late shooting, I found that it became particularly active and could even. It said that there is stereotype behavior. So I consulted an expert on living things from Duke University's Living Research Center. Staff teacher Lu Xiao said that males smell it when they are in puberty. After the female releases pheromones, will instinctively become extremely active, but if the female monkey is pregnant or if you are raising a baby, the male monkey may be domestically abused if you live together at this time. So it was for her safety that she was raised separately. It's just that she's still driven by smell to produce this pressure-opening behavior. Fortunately, this has little impact on health. Then since she is influenced by the female monkey, won't she be able to see Littlefinger soon? Monkey. Sure enough, a few months later. Their children appeared and interacted with their mothers. She is so active that she spends most of the day playing outside. My old mother could only stay up late and play with her. The baby monkey will learn complex things while living with its mother. Foraging skills. When I first met him, he was just half the age of his mother. A year later, he was already a big monkey who could skillfully use paper machines. This energetic young man single-handedly improved the visitor experience of these two nightclubs. Also contributed a lot of wonderful pictures to A Little Different. I am also very happy to witness with you the important achievements in paper monkey conservation. The last feature I want to talk about is their names. Can you imagine that paper monkey is there? The name Sue in French and English does not have any animal-related words. Its proper noun is a pseudonym. Hey, this is definitely one of the weirdest names, but paper monkeys don't make such sounds. What did it get its name from? I found two explanations. One is that the local indigenous people are unwilling to call the symbol directly. Bad luck animal time yellow past spoken word. Second, the paper monkeys are so elusive that the locals have never seen them. There was a sound of surprise, but both explanations have something to do with it. If you are interested, you can leave a message on the screen. If you want to see it, I will do it alone. Make a short film to tell this story from 2 centuries ago, this magical place. The land is not only home to paper monkeys, but also gave birth to some mammals. A small animal that has many similarities with reptiles. They live next door. The upper space of this environment is very dense, and the layout is very similar to squirrels. A dense environment like this suggests that the residents here won't be very big. Came out. This little guy with dark circles is also a fat rat unique to Falklands. Tigers and monkeys are only 20 centimeters in size, almost the same size as a leopard. Big, not only the body shape is similar, but also the function of the tail is similar. Because they are more concentrated in the southern part of the Falklands where the winter temperatures are lower. In order to have enough energy during long hibernation, they will collect excess fat, like leopard fits, is stored in the tail and use this food reserve. Therefore, healthy monkeys have fat tails. In addition, both of them are small and long-lived animals. They can, under the right environment, live to be 20 to 30 years old. The way the second animal appears is very distinctive. This little thing is Pony Island. Why? The reason why I was able to find it. It's because when I was photographing the little lemur, I caught a glimpse of something from the corner of my eye. Something fell from the tree. I've been here so many times, but I didn't expect that we would meet like this. Although they are not as flexible as tiger monkeys, they are indeed tilted upright. Hedgehog, can you see the little ball moving in the far corner? Many tourists missed it. And the thing it likes about reptiles is that they are not that warm-blooded. The daily body temperature range of mammals is the same as that of many reptiles. Similar. And they actually also have scorpion spears. This is a common monoptera mammal. It is a characteristic that only has this characteristic. Later we will pass another species speaking. Okay, let's continue heading east and come back to Asia to see us. Familiar faces. The eye monkey and the hedgehog are shown in the row opposite. The same species, the North Zealand grey-winged monkey that appeared in the previous chapter. The little monkey native to Sri Lanka used to be very mysterious, but now, good under such conditions. We're gradually cracking their secrets. Look, he's starting now. He went out to work, and his target was this modified candy bucket. The bucket contains the live insects they love to eat. Now he has to find a way to take out the bugs so that they can find them from above. When he fails to succeed, he changes his strategy and starts from the bottom. It seems that it has been found that it is more reliable to start from below. Why do these bugs block by fallen leaves? Because this can slightly increase the difficulty of obtaining food. Look carefully at the installation here. It's mealworms. The larvae of these beetles are very rich in fat. If it's easy to get directly exposed to them, then they will select the excess mealworms one after another, and this is a good way for them to develop their strategic skills. Increase activity. First, they need to realize bugs can only be obtained from the bottom. Secondly, they have to find that they can only be obtained from reaching into the hole. The translucent barrel cannot be passed through. Finally, they also need to understand that they have to pick up the leaves first before they can go below to get them. Bug, now that we have a god's perspective, it will be easy, but it's a big problem for them. It's been so long and I haven't succeeded yet. In the process of taking out food, you can also find another feature of it. That is, their fingers are sticky. The principle is the same as in the previous episode. The treetop band sculpture is similar, but in this operation this feature cannot
help it, but the leaves that occasionally stick out will confuse it.
I know that some viewers may feel that this is too irritating to their stomachs. Don't worry, this kind of feeding method is definitely not for dinner. Because in the artificial curing, mealworms are used as French fries. They are attractive, but they can't eat more, so they hook them up with mealworms. Interest, let them think of ways to solve problems and take the opportunity to exercise.
Their thinking also allows them to appear in front of tourists longer. That's the real purpose of zoos. So even if they can't eat, they won't go hungry. This activity it's so mind-numbing.
After struggling for a while, I didn't eat much. The tired ones all ran away. We went to bed while we were there. So how did we feed the dinner? Let's go to the side.
A group look at.
You see, they lick their hands repeatedly before eating.
This is because the special capillary adhesion on their hands needs to be maintained. Moisturize for maximum effect. After licking, you are ready to start.
You see, the structure of this wet basin is very simple. Although it is hung on the tree, the surface is open.
It's easy for them to lean in and get food.
After eating a few bites, I went back to see what I was looking for. It turned out that he was waiting for another one to come up. It looked like he had finished eating. Another one came over and he left. Maybe he knows that eating with another one in such a swinging environment may not be good for anyone. Because this one doesn't eat in an unusual way. It has to be eaten upside down to taste delicious.
In addition to looking like humans, they can also resonate with people on the inside.
Next, we are going to get to know two exotic monkeys. Look at the food bowls they use. A more classic fence with interesting and manageable surroundings.
This is a bee feed basin used by many tree species that have flying paint.
This one is much different than the other monkeys, because the other monkeys are either packed away, go back to eat, or just finish eating and leave. It is the only one that hangs in front of the window when eating and uses tourists as mobile phones to eat. Of course, they do have the capital to eat in various ways, in order to survive in the dens. Insects are quietly approaching in the trees. They chase the valley more than other apes, much like a snake.
The more water bones they have, the more flexible they are, making them look particularly naughty in trees. Precisely because their bodies are flexible enough, they don't need a tail.
Keep balance.
So their tails also degenerate and disappear, which makes them look like.
He looks very much like a little person who can climb trees. Okay, I'm ready to go to work after eating. It's bright inside and dark outside. It's not easy to see clearly. It will rub its eyes after looking at it for a long time. If you keep staring too, remember to blink and take a break.
I'm waiting for you in front.
Then the tourists dispersed, and I couldn't help but want to tease it. I wanted to try, by the way. Can their big eyes really see through the dark world? You see? It seems to work. His reaction is quite sensitive. In fact, the picture now is much brighter than the scene. The real brightness is actually like this. If you move your fingers in front of them, these two monkeys really want to catch you. At that time, the force of tapping the glass was about the same as typing on a mobile phone. It was completely not using sound to attract them. This shows that they can really use the naked eye to distinguish the spatial relationship between hands and people in such a dark environment. Okay, I'm tired from playing, but before taking a break, I have to wash up before going to bed. Damaged fingers are not only for cleaning, but also to keep them moist. Increase prehensile strength. As mentioned earlier, their hands also have treetops. Take away the capillary abdominal sticking function of the same model.
Although I can't fly over walls, I can still use it for climbing and grabbing. It's more than enough. After cleaning up, I can stretch out. This position can also help. Secretions from arm glands flow downward. This substance has other uses. Those good loris are also polite to each other. In addition to promoting feelings, it also has a defensive effect. Because the secretions from their arm glands combine with saliva to form toxic substances. When this kind of toxin is applied to the body, it will resist some natural enemies. Effects, especially in people allergic to it, may cause shock or death. After talking about so many nocturnal species, how can there be no amphibians? In this environment with a piece of bamboo, there is a species that is often visited by tourists. Mist cicada chicks.
Is that fallen leaf in the basin? This is a golden clam cicada chick from South America. This one is still young, so maybe it's because it has a place in them. He appeared in Harry Potter, right? He joined the group on behalf of others. Frogs can actually see colors in extremely dark environments.
It's just that it's hard for us to empathize, but this skill also tells us. The world without sunlight is still very colorful. The rivers are very active at night. There are only frogs. Next to the one where the gold has been doped, there is also one with a fish tank. What is it?
What can be raised in such a deep pool? Look at this thing drowning.
In fact, it's just playing with water. This is the Australian people's own water tower. Australian water rat. This is a kind of rat that is slightly larger than a rat. But the color scheme is Zongbijinsu. In order to reflect this feature, there is a fill light at the bottom of the tank, otherwise it would be so dark.
If there is no light, you are really a black rat.
Enough playing on the overturned tomb. Let's follow it ashore for a walk. From just now, you can tell by its behavior. This is a rat that lives by the water. It has its feet. Having breasts makes it easier for them to dive and catch fish, but in order to keep their body temperature stable, it is also necessary to go ashore from time to time to dry before entering the water.
If you follow the taste of fishing experts and feed fish and shrimp for a long time, this will strengthen the attack power of excrement. Fortunately, these carnivorous rats can still eat other meats. Muyuan also prepared beef bone Dayton for them.
The feeding method is exactly the same as the water tower. Many small carnivores can use this kind of enrichment. It's possible. It's the carnivorous rats that make you feel uncomfortable, but that's why their special properties make them a good defense against invasive species. The biological barrier of sea cicadas is because they are one of the very few who are not affected by sea cicadas. Carnivores affected by toxins are also distributed in humid areas at the same time as sea cicadas and sea cicadas.
So they're a lifesaver for countless native species. They exist, but they tend to be more restless during the breeding season.
The beatings cause me to always have a bald spot on my back. This is caused by invasive species, not just Australian streams. There is a mysterious big bird in the dry forest area. I was also trapped by these gangsters and found it difficult to move near the entrance of the nightclub. The exhibition area restores their living environment, and the ground is too wide. It's their hunting area, which makes it hard not to go there at first glance.
Thinking, isn't this an owl?
He is the master of fetuses in the jungle.
Brown Makuchi is different from owls. They hunt with wider.
The beak strikes with precision, while the owl uses its thick and powerful talons to strike.
It is precisely because they do not have strong claws that they usually don't like standing on small branches. So thick artificial flags were built here for them to stand on. Why is the arrangement here different from the environment where species were erected in front of us? Such a big reason is that in order to improve hunting efficiency, Makuchi hunts at night. We will also come close to the ground to look out, which gives us a closer look at it. Chances are, the one close to the camera is a girl, hidden by her beard. Their small mouth and green pattern are their characteristics. This kind of animal looks like a companion. Lifelong birds will take turns coming down to hunt at night, but this behavior also caused death disaster for them. Because there are also wild cats, dogs and foxes that hunt on the ground. Therefore, many Mikuchi who went to the fields became starving ghosts before they even had a meal. So can invasive species really do whatever they want? For many native. This is true for species, but there is a type of animal that relies on excellent. Their own strength has withstood rounds of sneak attacks, and they also live. On the ground, I rarely show up. When the keeper came on the scene, I knew we were about to meet. Before the keeper could leave, it rushed out. This weird thing looked like a big hedgehog. One of the most primitive mammals. Australia's real eye, but it's actually very different from a hedgehog. The diet is more similar to that of aardvarks. They both eat ants and termites as their main food. They also have long tube-like mouths and use their tongues to swallow and stick to their abdomens. Food and natural science often adopts this peculiar eating behavior. As a creative model, in an empirical environment, the zoo uses a variety of mixed meat, fruits, vegetables and milk into a paste to replace ants. With more than 100 times per minute, this meal will be enough soon. After we finish eating and watch them wiggle and play. Let's continue talking about them. What's special about the crab spear that I mentioned earlier is that it's a monotreme. The characteristics of the real eye are such animals. Therefore, their reputation for peeing is based on the same structure, similar to reptiles. Moreover, they can also lay eggs like reptiles, and after hatching, they will put them in the pouch to nurse. This ancient method of childbirth dates back more than 200 million years, and hedgehogs only appeared after 51 years. Most species urinate. The division of labor into two groups, and the way we give birth is the same as ours. So there is a fundamental difference between the eye of a needle and a hedgehog, although in terms of form, there are many similarities, but the needle's eye has another characteristic that the hedgehog does not have. That's because their hind feet have huge cleaning claws. This part is usually difficult to photograph. Thanks a lot to the infrared camera I brought with me, I was able to capture it clearly. The moment they scratch their itch with this claw, This is already awesome.
The balls are driven by the huge muscles under the skin on their backs.
This configuration is similar to that of a hedgehog.
In addition, the real eye is much larger than that of a hedgehog. And these two are extraordinarily big. As for them, they have lived here since 1990, now conservatively estimated to be over 33 years old.
Are there any viewers of the same age? Can you sign up?
In addition, this old couple also made history for the first time outside Australia this century. The mobilization breeding record was also achieved by the two of them, but the breeding of Xinyan is notoriously difficult. The success of the two elders did not continue, but in
this spring, there's another little guy at the East Berlin Zoo.
Was born.
Look at his butt. This single mouth is Dan Kongwu. Origin of the name, this zoo we will visit soon.
Although the conservation of real eyes is difficult, at least in Australia it is protected. Strictly protected. The species that appeared next did not have such good luck.
They live opposite him. Doesn't this environment feel familiar?
It feels right.
The North Zealand grey-winged monkeys are raised here.
This is the last exhibition area in the night walking area. These two are also very active.
At mealtime, you can often see them eating on books. The cute face and petite body make many people sigh.
They are perfect as pets. As a result, they are not only subject to the impact of habitat destruction will also be captured and bred, but if the grey-winged monkey. There are those at level 4 with high tolerance and fertility of 2 rakes maybe. It won't be like this, but the reality is that this high level of care. Small animals are often caught and raised by inexperienced people. So much so that it almost created a 100% speed pass rate, even if Frankfurt Zoo has also been protecting it since 1977. We have invested the same amount of resources as Paper Monkey to make the video in this episode.
They appear to be so common, and current experience shows that
not only the environmental needs and habits are not suitable for ordinary families, but also feeding. It's also very particular. The breeder is here to feed you.
What we are feeding now are desert locusts. Because the locusts at the bottom of the city have thorns on their legs, they are fed on their legs.
Look at this locust physique. Compared to them, these equals are tough guys. They have had their legs repaired, but you can see that they eat very neat. This is because they a mouth full of carnivore fangs. Yes, although they look cute, they are carnivores.
If he didn't have a good relationship with the breeder, he wouldn't be easy to mess with. This is going to bring bugs again. The kid quickly ran over to see what happened. Don't forget that it's just his mother. I have to grab a bite of it because if you don't let him continue to grab it, you have to quickly get another one to make up for him. In the end, this is almost it. Leave a few in the environment to play Battle Royale.
So why should we be on guard when we can obviously replenish our food? Because using feeding as a bridge is the easiest way to arouse the interest of animals. After captive animals go through the adaptation period, keepers will use these interactions to let them gradually become desensitized to keepers and tourists, which will facilitate subsequent health checks and other behavioral studies rather than at every meeting. They frighten each other. After eating blue worms and vegetarian food, we clean our mouths on the branches. There is also a fruit and vegetable platter nearby, which also includes oil-free bread, fruits and vegetables, and cooked food. Eggs also need to calculate concept pens like reptiles. This ensures that when you are hungry, there is always something to eat. Everyone also saw it just now. Come out. If you don't eat enough, you might actually get into a fight. Whether you can maintain a good family relationship depends on the food standard. Although you can eat them as you like, don't think they are waste. Saving money is not even a consensus among humans, let alone asking animals to do so.
From them you can see that for Benway's small and medium-sized.
For species, land conservation and on-the-ground protection are equally important. Both. There is no conflict. Under good breeding conditions, conservation results can often be achieved. Validation of field work. This is a zoological and botanical garden, a waterway organization, a university research institute, and even a qualified individuals should work in the future direction. After all, they are ambassadors to their relatives in the wild, and treat the envoys well. Isn't it also a manifestation of respect for nature? They'll leave it before answering. Question: is the gray Todai cub in the previous episode a male or a female? Let's take a look at his behavior. Then what a shame he was bragging about. This is a. In addition to this, it can also be seen from the body shape of boys. They are all animals of the same age from the Leipzig Zoo. According to the development rules of offspring, males are larger than females.
So the big gray one is male and the petite black one is female. Did you guess it right? In the next episode, we will emerge from the darkness and gradually enter the daytime. In the world, there are phantom beasts that appear at dusk and swim underwater. Pokemon and Amazon Golden Legend. Even familiar faces will tell you stories you've never heard before.
The excitement here continues. There are too many new faces worth getting to know. I'm Holly. This episode has received over 10,000 likes.
See you at dawn.